One rainy afternoon, Dr. Lila Morgan, a spirited marine biologist in her late 30s, entered the small lecture hall carrying a large, old-fashioned wooden box instead of a jar. A faint sparkle of mischief danced in her hazel eyes as she greeted the students. Outside, the rain pattered softly against the classroom windows, filling the room with a cozy, focused atmosphere. She set the box on the table with a gentle thud and pulled out a bundle of smooth river stones from a burlap sack. Each stone was about the size of her palm. Slowly she began placing them into the box, one by one, until no more could fit. Then she turned to the students and asked, "Do you think it's full now?" The students leaned in, eyeing the box carefully. Most nodded and replied, "Yes, Dr. Morgan, it's full." Lila smiled knowingly and reached under the table for a pouch of tiny seashells. She poured them over the stones, letting them tumble into the small gaps. The box seemed to shimmer as the shells settled snugly between the larger stones. She looked at the students again and asked, "And now? Is it full?" This time, a few students hesitated, but many said, "Yes. Now it looks really full." Next, she brought out a small bag of golden sand, warm and fine, which glinted faintly under the classroom lights. She sprinkled it slowly into the box, letting the grains find their way into every crevice between the stones and shells. Once more she asked, "Is it full now?" A chorus of uncertain voices replied, "Probably." Finally, Lila carried a delicate teapot filled with steaming chamomile tea and poured it into the box. The liquid seeped gently into the sand, filling every last tiny space. She set the teapot aside and said, "Now the box is truly full." The students watched, intrigued, as she leaned forward. "This box represents your life," she explained. "The big stones are the essentials, your family, your health, your closest friendships, and your deepest passions. Even if everything else slips away, these stones keep your life meaningful." She held up a seashell and continued, "The shells are the important but not critical things, your studies, your job, your hobbies, or your home. They matter, but they don't define the core of your life." Then she waved her hand over the sand. "And the sand, that's the endless little distractions, like mindless scrolling on your phone, shopping for things you don't really need, or worrying about trivial matters. If you fill your life with sand or shells first, there won't be room for the stones," she warned. "Your stones give your life structure, purpose, and meaning. Treat them with care. Prioritize them, or one day you may realize your life is missing what matters most." A student timidly raised a hand and asked, "Dr. Morgan, what about the tea?" She laughed softly, the sound mingling with the rain outside. "Ah, the tea. That's the reminder that life, no matter how busy, still has room for small joys. A quiet moment alone, laughter with friends, or a peaceful cup of tea. These little pleasures flow through life, filling it with warmth and comfort." Lila paused, letting the room absorb her words. "The shells and sand are necessary too, they are part of life. But never let them take the place of your stones. Balance your priorities. Care for your loved ones. Nurture your body and mind. Chase your dreams. And in between, allow yourself the small joys, the unexpected laughter, the fleeting moments of wonder." She smiled, her eyes reflecting the gray light of the rainy afternoon. Life isn't about being constantly busy. It's about being meaningful. Make room for the stones first, then the shells, the sand, and always the tea. That way, your life will be rich, full, and complete